Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with a makeup tutorial, and I will be doing a makeup tutorial on this look right here. I'll be using the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, the collaboration Jaclyn did with Morphe. I was so excited to try this palette out and I absolutely love it. But yeah, I'm not gonna make this intro too long. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright y'all, so I'm gonna start off by priming my lids. As always, I'm gonna prime them with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So I'm basically just going to carve out the bottom of my brow. That way when I go in and I do my eyebrows, they're basically already carved out and I don't have to spend much time doing them. Okay, so after I carve out my brows, I'm just gonna put a little bit on my lids. So I'm just gonna put this all over my lid basically, and then once I put it all in my lid, I'm just gonna take a brush. Oh, did I mention what brush I used? I used the Morphe S4. I don't know if you can see this, but that's the one I used. The Morphe S4 brush, which is just a flat concealer brush. Nothing too special. Then I'm just gonna buff it out with a, I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm not gonna try. A Sonia brush, number 28. I'm just gonna buff this out. Buff it all out. After I buff it all in, I'm gonna take a Morphe M209 brush. Looks just like this. And I'm gonna take a little bit of my MERCIER translucent powder, and I'm just gonna set that so it won't crease basically. After I get done priming my lids, I'm going to be going into the Morphe times Jaclyn Hill palette. Yes, I love Jaclyn Hill. So whenever she came out with this, I was like, okay, I don't need to question it. Like, it's going to be good. Let me just show y'all what it looks like when you open it. I already opened it, so it normally comes with like a little plastic on here. This is what it looks like. It has all these colors. And she wrote a little note on here, and it just says, "This palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn." So I'm so excited to try this. I don't know if y'all can see. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I have not done any swatches whatsoever. I had no idea what I wanted to do, so when I opened the palette today, I just kind of figured I would want to do something bold. So I'm gonna go into these 4 shades right here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get started on the eyeshadow. So the first color I'm gonna be going into is this color right here, and I'm just going to use that as my transition shade. And I'm going in with my Kylie Jenner brush, the brush that came in her Take Me on Vacation eyeshadow palette, I believe that's what it's called. But I'm just going to use this brush because I really liked it. It's like so fluffy, so I'm going to use that. So if y'all hear anything in the background, that's my mom's clothes drying. I forgot. She told me before she left that she wanted me to put her clothes in the dryer after it got done washing, and I completely forgot. I always forget. Like every time she leaves like that, she tells me to do that, to put her clothes in the dryer. I always forget. And then she gets home and she's like, "Is my clothes dry?" And I'm like, no. So I'm gonna go in with that first shade, and I'm just gonna go all in my crease. All in my crease area. Blend that in there. So next color is this shade right here. Go a little bit darker. So basically I'm just gonna do the same thing I did with the previous color and put that all in the crease area using windshield wiper motions, as Jaclyn would say. Just get that all in there. So the next color I'm wanting to go in with is this color right here. So what I'm going to do with this color is I'm going to put it in my crease, but then I'm going to tilt my brush down. That way I will smoke it out a little bit more. I don't know why, but I love my eyeshadow looks to pretty much all have this shade in it. I just feel like it complements so many colors. The next color I'm going to go in with is this one right here. I'm gonna use this color, and I'm gonna use the same brush. It's going in my crease, so I'm gonna use the same brush. So I'm basically gonna do what I did with the other color and tilt my brush downward so I can smoke it out a bit. And I'm gonna keep packing on this color until I just get the, I guess, the amount of color that I desire. And I'm gonna put this all in my crease, but I'm gonna try to focus it on like the inner part of my eye instead of the outer part, because I'm gonna go in with that more darker, like it's like a forest green shade, and I'm gonna concentrate that one in my outer corner. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch brushes. I'm now using the M332 by Morphe also. The next color is this dark green right here. So like I said earlier, I'm gonna concentrate this color and just pack it in the outer corner in the crease area. Gonna pack it in there, and then I'm gonna switch back to my Kylie brush and just buff that all out. Do the same thing, tilt my brush down so I can get it to smoke out a little bit more, and then just blend those two colors in together. My guy who keeps messaging me. Oh. Okay, so now I'm going to take another Sonia brush. This is number 110, and I'm going to cut my crease. Yep, we're cutting the crease. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut this crease already. I'm gonna do this one on camera so y'all can see how I cut my crease. I'm going in with my Tarte concealer again. My brothers are home, so y'all hear something, that's them. See what I tell you. So I'm basically just going to look down and look at where the last fold of my eye is, which is right there, and I'm gonna cut it above that. So not directly above, but you know, near that. And then I'm gonna take it all the way over and then just wing it. Like a wing, like a regular wing. So just making sure those two are even. Gonna define the line a little bit more. And then after I define the line, I'm just gonna take some concealer like I did the first time and then just put it underneath the line I just created, and then just put that all over. I feel like I need to define the line a little bit more. Takes me a little bit longer to do it. So I'm gonna go in one more time and just really define that line. So what I like doing is going back in and getting a little bit, just taking the brush that I used to kind of blend everything out and then go back in it again. Okay, so now that I went ahead and I cut my crease, I'm gonna go back into the Morphe M209 brush and I'm just gonna set that with just a little bit of translucent powder, not that much. Just kind of like dab a little bit on there and then just dust it away. So the next part to this, I'm going to go in with this color right here and I'm gonna put that all on my lid, but I'm not gonna take it all the way up here. Like I'm not gonna let it touch the line basically, because I want there to be like a little tiny gap of just nothing. So I'm gonna take my Morphe M124 brush and I'm gonna use that to pack it on my lid. I'm not gonna spray any Fix Plus on it or anything. I wanna see how it works without putting anything on it. So I'm just gonna take my brush and just get some shadow. I saw a review on this palette and I just wanted to say that on here. She reviewed and swatched this palette and she said she liked the matte shades, but she complained about the shimmer shades and said that there was hardly any pigment. Where? And I didn't even spray my brush with any kind of Fix Plus. My brush is dry. All I did was put shadow on my brush. There's pigment, y'all. There is pigment. So I'm just gonna take that all the way out. You'll see, I don't know if y'all can see how I'm leaving like a gap there. And it's not gonna be defined. It's gonna be blended.
I just don't understand why she said these were not pigmented. I wonder if she got her eyeshadow, her palette off of like, I don't know, Craigslist?
Okay, so like I said before, I know it looks a little bit crazy right now. Like I said before, I don't need the bottom part to be as defined. So I'm gonna go in with another brush that doesn't have a name on it. It's gonna blend that. And also another thing that I wanna do, I'm gonna use the Morphe M326 brush, and I'm gonna go into that dark green, forest green, and I'm just gonna define that line. Mistakes happen. Nothing a little concealer can't fix. So all I'm doing is basically just really defining that line I have on top. That way I won't lose it. It's still there. Just kind of bring that up so it won't be so harsh. Okay, so I'm gonna take it up a notch and I'm gonna spray some Fix Plus on my brush. And then go in with that same shade and then just put it on my lid a little bit. I already did it to this side. I'm just gonna do it to this side right here. Gonna put that on my lid and then go with the brush again and just blend it in. Okay, so I went ahead and I did my eyeliner off camera, but I did use the Maybelline Blackest Black Gel Liner. You guys, this is my favorite liner of all time. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just prime my face. Put a little bit of primer. And I'm using the Professional in my T-zone as always. Just concentrating that in the areas where I get the most oily. And I like bringing it all the way up here. After that, I'm just gonna spray a little bit of this Photo Finish Water Primer by SMASHBOX, and I'm just gonna spray that. I was spraying it the wrong way. I'm just gonna spray that in the areas where I tend to get dry, which is just this part right here. I'm not gonna do my lashes until I am done with all the powders and all that good stuff because I don't want my eyelashes to get ashy. So next I'm going to be going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I used to use the shade 108, but it was a little bit too dark for me. So I got 107, see if that works for me. And I'm gonna put that in my T-zone since that is where I am oily and this is a matte foundation. I'm just gonna take a damp beauty blender. Just gonna put that all in my T-zone. So I don't know if I've said this before, but the reason I don't like doing my brows first is because when I go in with foundation like this, I kind of like going crazy with it now. And if I had my brows done, I'd have to be really precise and be careful not to mess up my brows basically. Okay, so after I'm done doing that, I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. Just shake that up a little. Just gonna put that everywhere else on my face. Ooh. My lips are gonna disappear for a second. I have really thin lips, but that's okay. Do y'all hear me beating my face so hard right now? I know the Pro Glow is a little light on me, but we'll make it work with bronzer. I'll be alright. Okay, so after you get done hitting your face like 10,000 times, I'm gonna go in with some more concealer. Same concealer, the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium. And just put that all in underneath my eyes. A little bit there since I'm more dry on my chin. I don't like putting that much on there. So using the point of my beauty blender, I'm gonna blend that all in. And then for the rest, just blend it in with the fatter side. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take some more concealer and just put it right along the sides of my face, just to sharpen that up a bit. They're not even. Okay, there we go. They weren't even. And again, just blend that in. Then I'm just gonna go in with some Laura Mercier powder, translucent powder. As always, I love this stuff. And just use that to set my under eyes. Oops, I got it on my wing. Oops. And I bring it all the way up here to my nose, just to make my nose look smaller. Next, I'm going to take the Morphe M106 brush, and I'm gonna go in with some Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 235. I love this powder so much. And then I'm just gonna set the rest of my face. I'm not too worried about me dusting off some of that translucent powder, because I'm not gonna let it sit on there too long. Once I get done setting my face, I'm just gonna dust everything off. Once I get all that off, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe 104 brush, M104, and I'm gonna go into my Hoola bronzer by Benefit and just use that to bronze up my face. Do the same thing to the other side. Then put a little bit on my jawline, a little bit. Okay, and then do some on my forehead. Okay, after doing bronzer, I'm going to go in with blush, and I like using the same brush, the Morphe M104, and I'm gonna use this Milani blush in the shade Coral Cove. Really pretty pink. So next I'm gonna go back into my Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here again. And I'm using the Morphe M431 brush, and I'm just gonna do the bottom of my eyes with this. Probably should have done my waterline first, but you can do that afterwards. Then I'm gonna go in with that darker forest green, and then just put that in there as well. But I'm going to focus it on the outer part of the eye. I'm gonna go in with this MAC brush and some MAC gel liner. I like using this one for my waterline. Yep, I definitely should have put this in before I did my bottom shadow. Oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a flat brush and then just kind of blend that out. So I went ahead and I did my eyebrows, and I coated my lashes with some mascara off camera, and I'm now gonna put on some falsies. I'm gonna put a little bit of the Duo Glue in black and let them get tacky. I'm using the Double Wispies by Ardell. The double up, not Double Wispies. The Double Up by Ardell. So I'm also just gonna look down, put it in the center, then the outer corner, then the inner corner, and boom. I'm gonna coat my bottom lashes with some mascara as well. I'm going to go in with a little brush like this, the one I normally do my inner corner highlight with, and I'm gonna dip it in some Lit Cosmetics glitter glue. I love this stuff. Spring Fling by Lit Cosmetics in the size number 2. This is a solid glitter size number 2. And I'm gonna put it on the brush and then put that in my inner corner instead of doing just a normal inner corner highlight, I'm gonna do glitter. And just like my inner corner highlight, I'm gonna bring this glitter towards the bottom of my lash line. So for my favorite part of the look, I'm going with the BECCA highlighter in the shade Opal. And I'm gonna put this all on my cheekbones. But first, I'm going to spray a little bit of Fix Plus on my face. Just so all those powders can kind of set in. Okay, so as always, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M501 to put my highlight on. And I really do love this highlight, it's so pretty. I'm just gonna put that all on my cheekbones, and as always, bring it to the apples of my cheeks. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with Santorini. I'm just gonna put it on there. Oh yes, honey. I'm just gonna take, yep. This is it right here. Okay, and so for the last part of this look, I'm going to do my lips. I don't even know what I want to do for lips, to be honest. So I think I'm gonna go in with some matte liquid lipstick in the shade Teddy by NYX. Okay, so I'm just gonna spray a little more of some MAC Fix Plus. Alright guys, so this completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's makeup tutorial. Like always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. And yeah, this is it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Doesn't really matter, 'cause I feel so free now. It doesn't really matter.
Makeup does take some prep. Oh my god, get away. Did I kill it? No. I forgot to put my mom's clothes to dry. She's gonna kill me.